guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review and wear test on the new Glowish by Huda Beauty. I am so excited to be putting this to the test today for you guys. But before we get started, I do quickly want to introduce myself for those of you guys who are new to my channel. Hi, welcome. My name is Jessica, aka the Mexican Beauty. I make videos on all things beauty, lifestyle, and fashion. So I would love for you to go hit the subscribe button down below. Also, while you're at it, don't forget to hit that notification bell because I'll make sure you never miss a video. Also, please don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, the Mexican Beauty, because I'm always posting amazing content. And also now on TikTok, the Mexican Beauty, where I pretty much post daily, and actually already have a first impressions on this Glowish tinted moisturizer. So you definitely want to check me out there because I get that content out quick because it's so easy. But I had to do a full-blown review here for YouTube. So let's go ahead and get right into this review. Okay, so I picked up the new Glowish Multi-Dew Skin Tint by Huda Beauty. This retails for $37, and here you get 1.35 ounces, and I am so excited to be putting this to the test for you guys. I did pick this up in the shade Tan Light 7. The way that I like to find my perfect shade match is by going onto the Sephora app. If you see below the foundation that you may be purchasing or skin tint, whatever, it'll say shade finder, find your shade match, and then you just type in what your perfect match is in another foundation, and then it gives you this match. So I always put in that my best match foundation is Butter Pecan by Huda Beauty. So that's what I reference to for this. But I will have all my shade references down below in the description box so you guys can go ahead and check those out. But we're gonna go ahead and get this show on the road. So I already went ahead and applied my moisturizer and sunscreen. You guys know that I have been using this one right here ever since I purchased it. This is the Bondi Sands Daily Moisturizing Face SPF. Huda did mention why she didn't put SPF in her skin tint. She just said that basically she had talked to a lot of dermatologists and scientists, people that have a lot of experience in that department, and they said that sunscreen wouldn't do anything if it was in the makeup product. If you really want that full protection, you have to go ahead and just use your own sunscreen, and also make sure you're using a good amount. I think she said like from here to here is how much you should be using of sunscreen, and also reapplying through the day. So there's no sunscreen in this product, which I think is also good for people who, you know, don't want sunscreen in their product. Perhaps they're pregnant, perhaps they don't like any type of chemical sunscreen or anything like that. So no sunscreen in here. So I'm gonna go in with primer today. I'm gonna be using the One Size Secure the Blur. And this is just to kind of blur out those pores. I mentioned before that whenever I do use a skin tint, because it is more so of a natural looking product, I like to just make sure that I use a good poreless primer so that I can blur out any of those enlarged pores and imperfections that may be in the way of my skin. Other than that, I'm just happy with the moisturizer, especially because we are going in with a very lightweight product. I'm not too worried about anything else. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this. This also is fragrance free. I feel like Huda Beauty has done a great job of moving towards no scents because I think they realize that a lot of people prefer the more clean approach. And we have this. So let's go ahead and open this. I am going to go ahead and do what I always do, half of the side with my brush and then the other side with a sponge so you guys can really see how it looks from both sides. So this is what it looks like. It's a nice creamy texture, which you guys can see. I have noticed from just seeing it on my skin and then watching some other TikToks that I do feel like the shades may look like they're a little bit dark, but they're adjustable. There's, I want to say maybe like 10 or 12 shades, but they all adjust to your complexion. They're more so universal. I know that they wanted to stick to more so like the neutral tones just so that they could match more people. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it here. This is supposed to be a fragrance-free, lightweight consistency that gives you a glowy finish. It instantly hydrates the skin. And it's also a light coverage skin tint, which we will see about that because I definitely do feel like it's a little bit more of a buildable coverage, but we're about to see full in depth. So let's just blend it out. You guys can see immediately it does give you a very pretty glow. I feel like it does a really good job of covering what it needs to cover. You guys can see the difference between it covering and then my redness, the rosacea. So I do have to say the color is a little bit darker than my neck. I definitely do feel like it gives me a very healthy, radiant glow. definitely, I feel like for somebody that has oily skin, it's gonna be like, whoa. I now have combination skin, so I do have dry areas, but I do also have very oily areas. So we're gonna just put this to the test for the wear test to really see how this does through the day. So I'm gonna be taking this side. Okay, so I definitely do feel like with a sponge, you can get a little bit more so of that light coverage. You guys can see the difference with just kind of like one little application with a sponge. I feel like this gives you that light coverage immediately. With a brush, it definitely gives you like more so fuller coverage, but still this looks really nice and healthy. Skin-like, it covers all the redness, which I get from my rosacea. So let's just go ahead and go on the nose and build this up. This product does contain plant-derived squalene, which hydrates the skin. Damascus rose oil is supposed to soothe the skin, clarify the skin, and also lock in the moisture. And then the red bell pepper extract just helps defend against the digital pollution like blue light. Okay, so we have this right here. I feel like it applies really great with both the sponge and the brush. I personally feel like the side with the sponge looks a little bit more natural. I definitely do feel like, honestly for me, I kind of like it better with the sponge. I just feel like it looks more skin-like, more healthy. It looks fine with the brush if you want more full coverage, but for me, I kind of like this side a little bit better. I think overall it's looking pretty good. I do want to go ahead and touch it so that I can just kind of see. Okay, so the product does feel very sticky. That's just something to note. So honestly for me, just like first impressions, I love this nice radiance from within look. I definitely don't think for somebody, like I mentioned earlier, that has oily skin, this may be like their cup of tea. I feel like because I do have combination skin, I'm probably gonna go ahead and set some parts of the face just so that everything can be nice and locked in and just look really, you know, perfected through the day. But I do have to say, I feel like it looks very, very healthy. And I can see somebody that has maybe the normal to dry skin really love this because it's giving you that great radiance, especially with those key ingredients that really help hydrate, moisturize, soothe, and just, you know, bring back that needed hydration. I think this will be like something that they'll really like. But I think that overall, like first impressions, is just a very nice, healthy looking skin tint. What I'm gonna go ahead and do now is I'm going to finish off the rest of my makeup, and then I'm gonna come back and give you guys my very first impressions and thoughts on how it worked with the rest of my products. So stay tuned because we're gonna be just putting this to the test. So right now it is 9:15 in the morning and I'm ready to talk about the Glowish by Huda Beauty Skin Tint. So this is what we're looking like. Definitely gives you a beautiful, healthy finish, very skin-like finish. I did go ahead and just set the areas where I tend to get oily with my Charlotte Tilbury powder. Right here, you guys know I always use this stuff. This is like my holy grail favorite setting powder. And I feel like the skin looks great. I feel like for me personally, I did have to go ahead and set it because I felt like it was a little bit more radiant. I mean, probably because I do have that combination skin. So I would recommend that if you do have combination to oily skin, you're probably gonna have to set it to kind of like neutralize a little bit any of that extra dewiness that you may have. But other than that, I really like how it looks. It worked really well with my cream blush, with my concealer. So I'm really pleased with that aspect of it. I also feel like now, like having everything together, the color definitely blends more into the color that I would be currently at this moment. So I do appreciate that, but I know that I'm gonna be getting a tan, so I'm not too concerned about the color. But I really do like how it's looking on the skin. And I definitely do feel like it gives you great coverage, especially if you are somebody that perhaps does have blemishes that you want to cover or redness, anything like that. I think it will do a phenomenal job of covering it. It's very customizable coverage wise. I don't think it's necessarily light coverage, because when I think of light coverage, I think of like more so sheer. I think this gives you like phenomenal coverage for what you're getting. So now that we've done this first part of the review, we can move on to our wear test. You guys will see a natural lighting check-in, and then my final thoughts on the day, if I think this is worth your cash or not. So keep watching. Okay guys, so I'm back right now. It is 5 p.m. and I am officially ready to conclude this day using the Glowish by Huda Beauty. I am really excited to talk about my final thoughts. You guys can see what it is looking like by the end of the day. It definitely still looks nice for a skin tint, honestly. There are some areas where the product definitely did rub off. Down here, you guys can see that. Right here, and of course, I did go out, run a few errands, and I was wearing a mask, so there was transfer on the mask. I am not like too shocked about it because I feel like with skin tints, it tends to happen a little bit more often where a product will rub off easier just because the consistency is much more of a lightweight consistency than like a standard typical foundation. But I think all in all, it's a very beautiful product. It definitely does have its luminosity. I do have to say that. So I definitely do feel like this will be something that people that have dry skin, normal skin will really love. I think that if you do have combination or oily skin, like I mentioned earlier, you definitely do want to go ahead and use like a setting powder to just kind of set little areas where you get, you know, a little bit dewy. I wouldn't set the whole face because you don't need to, but I would just set little certain places where you feel like you do pick up some dew. Obviously, by the end of the day, I do have a little bit of shine, nothing too intense. But it is there. I do feel like it, if anything, it kind of gives me a radiance from within where it looks like I have a nice glow to my skin. It's not like dewy where it's like, ooh, a little too much, but it's also not matte where it's like, ooh, it looks like she's wearing too much makeup, like matte and flat, you know? So I think this is a great product. I think that this is definitely one of those like very summer friendly products. It just gives you such a pretty radiance, healthy glow from within. So if that's what you're looking for, then I think you'll really enjoy this. So those are pretty much all my thoughts on this new skin tint by Huda Beauty. Let me know down below if you picked it up or if you will be checking this product out because I love knowing your thoughts on all the products that I do review on my channel. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, please go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Let's me know to continue doing these types of videos for you guys. I can bring more of these type of videos to my channel. And I think that's all I have for you guys. So don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. And I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.